Someone helped you get where you are, you know it. And somewhere along the way, you stopped thinking about it. That's not a confession, that's just what happens. The question is why and what it quietly costs everyone involved. There's something strange that happens between the moment someone helps you and the moment that help becomes part of your life. The help works. Things get easier. The crisis passes. The opportunity lands. And slowly, without anyone deciding anything, the shape of what that person gave you begins to disappear. Not from your memory, you'd say yes if someone asked, but from your awareness, from the daily texture of your life. The help stops having weight, it becomes wallpaper. And wallpaper is the last thing anyone notices. You stop feeling it. And when you stop feeling it, you stop seeing it. And when you stop seeing it, the person who gave it becomes invisible too. The reason for this isn't ingratitude. It's something more structural than that. When someone helps you, there's a moment of impact. The problem was here. They did something. Now the problem is gone. That gap, the before and after, is where gratitude lives. But impact moments are brief. Life moves on. You get the job. A year later, the job is just your job. The person who made the call that got you in the room still there somewhere in the background. But the background is quiet. The foreground is full. Or think about the friend who talked you out of something. A decision that felt right at the time. They pushed back, said what you didn't want to hear. You were annoyed, then relieved, then moving on. The thing they stopped you from walking into is just a road not taken. You don't see the road. You just see where you are now, which feels like where you were always going to end up. Like you would have figured it out anyway. Maybe. Maybe not. You'll never know. And that not knowing is part of why the help disappears. Because you can't feel grateful for a disaster that didn't happen. Or the person who said your name in a room you weren't in. Attached their credibility to yours before you'd done anything to earn it. Said, "Trust me on this one." You met someone, things developed, a door opened. And the person who started that chain, they're back at the beginning of it. Quietly, already onto the next thing. And that's the dangerous part. Forgetting feels harmless while it's happening. No single moment where you chose to forget. Just attention moving forward the way it always does. Toward what still needs solving. Toward the next wall. What worked quietly, invisibly, it disappears because there's nothing left for the mind to do with it. Or the person who said your name in a room you weren't in. Attached their credibility to yours before you'd done anything to earn it. Said, "Trust me on this one." You met someone, things developed, a door opened. And the person who started that chain, they're back at the beginning of it. Quietly, already onto the next thing. And that's the dangerous part. Forgetting feels harmless while it's happening. No single moment where you chose to forget. Just attention moving forward the way it always does. Toward what still needs solving. Toward the next wall. What worked quietly, invisibly, it disappears because there's nothing left for the mind to do with it. And there is a particular kind of exhaustion that comes from giving to someone who has stopped noticing that you're giving. It builds, quietly, over months, over years. And people who stop being seen quietly change what they're willing to give. Not in anger, usually, not with a speech. They give a little less. Take a step back. Let the calls wait a little longer. Stop being the first to show up. And you won't notice that either until one day you need what they used to give and it isn't there the way it used to be. Something changed. You just weren't watching. There's a specific kind of help that's most vulnerable to this. The help you didn't ask for. When you ask for something, you remember asking. The weight of needing to ask keeps the memory sharp. You know what you didn't have before. But the help that came without a request, the person who saw something before you did, who moved something in your direction before you knew it needed moving, that help lands without a label. No before, just an after. And an after without a before has no story. And without a story, there's nothing to hold on to. The call that wasn't made because you already got the position. The mention that didn't have to happen. The person who carried your name into a room you never entered. Who spent something, time, reputation, attention on your behalf without asking. You'll never fully know what that cost them. And because there was no impact, no crisis, no visible gap where the problem used to be, it fades the fastest of all. The most generous help is the least remembered. None of this means people are fundamentally ungrateful. Most people, if you ask them, would say gratitude matters, would mean it. The problem isn't intention, it's attention. Gratitude requires you to look backward deliberately, against the natural pull of attention which always moves forward. It requires you to stop and ask, what am I standing on right now? Who built this? What did it cost them that I can't see? We were not built to notice what holds us. We were built to notice what moves. The floor doesn't ask anything of you, it just holds, until the day it doesn't. So what does this mean for how you live? Help people because you want to, not because you expect it to be remembered. When you attach the help to the expectation, you've already made it about you. You're not giving, you're investing. And investments that don't pay off produce resentment. Real giving doesn't keep a record, but it also means doing the deliberate work of looking backward. Because without it, you start to believe you built everything yourself. That where you are is entirely the result of what you did. That the people who carried you for a while were just there, background, normal. And quietly, those people can tell, they always can. There's a person in your life right now who helped you once and has no idea if you remember. Not dramatically. Not in a way that would make a good story, just quietly, at the right moment. In a way that changed something small, which changed something bigger, which changed where you ended up. A version of your life exists where they didn't do that. You don't live there, but it exists. They're not waiting for you to thank them. They've probably told themselves it was nothing. That's what people do when they've decided not to expect anything back. But somewhere underneath that, they're still wondering if it meant anything to you. Some people don't leave because they stopped caring. They leave because they got tired of being invisible. And by the time you notice they're gone, they've already decided you never really saw them.